Two men were marooned on an island. One man paced back and forth, worried and scared, while the other man sat back and enjoyed the sun. The first man asked the second one, "Aren't you afraid? No one might find us and we might just perish here." "No," said the second man. "I make $100,000 a week and I give 10% of it faithfully to my church. My pastor will find me." Yes, giving has its benefits after all. Hello and welcome to Just Pauses. The other day, a thought popped up to the fore while I was taking a walk in hindsight. I realized that during all those times whenever I had felt overwhelmed and the heart had felt heavy, the one exercise which always had helped the best was to just look around and uplift someone. In an instant, one can feel light. And uplifting others often involves giving to others. Sometimes giving an ear, or giving a smile, or a word, or a hand. And the most beautiful thing about giving is that one feels fulfilled for as long as we give. However, one must not wait for that sense of fulfillment. If we wait and expect, it takes longer to come, or may not even come. But if we just give and then go on with life in an unassuming way, then from the most unexpected of people and in the least expected moment, we get something we never thought we could. Giving and getting go together all the way. But constant thoughts such as when shall I get the rewards because I'm kind or helpful, what shall I get, from where or whom, defeats the essence of giving, takes away all the joy. Let the surprise element remain alive. If we allow life to surprise us, it too claps in glee and makes us happy in the most tender ways. This tendency of life to amaze us withers and wilts under the pressure of expectations. Osho often said, and I quote him, "To be generous, to share, you don't need many things. To be generous, you just have to share whatsoever you have. You may not have much, that is not the point. Who has much? Who can ever have enough? It is never much, it is never enough. You may not have anything at all, but can't you smile when a stranger passes by? Can't you share your presence, your being with someone? Can't you sing for someone who is sad?" Unquote. Whenever a tragedy strikes, many of us look around to see who shall give us something, be it money or hope or support or other help. But William Kamkwamba was no ordinary teenager. I'm sure many of you must have seen or read his incredible life story. The story of his journey began at the age of 14 years when most children are crazy after PlayStations, bikes, or Harry Potter. In one of the least developed countries of southeastern Africa, Malawi, also known as the warm heart of Africa, a devastating famine struck in 2001. In one of its remotest villages lived 14-year-old William's family. Theirs was a poor family which relied on a little farming to survive. The famine crippled them too, like millions of others. William was forced to drop out of school because there was no question of his father being able to pay the tuition fee. William Kamkwamba's family, like countless others, was on the verge of perishing due to starvation, and yet during those times, William knew what he wanted to give to his family and village: electricity, water, and thereby food. In a desperate attempt to retain his education, Kamkwamba began to secretly frequent the local school library, and it was there that he discovered his love for electronics. William had always enjoyed playing with his friends using recycled materials, and he used to repair radios of fellow villagers as well. One day he chanced upon a book, the title of which was Using Energy, and it had a windmill on the cover. Despite his shaky grasp of English at the time, Kamkwamba pieced together the information in the book and set off recreating the cover's image as best as he could. Despite all the mocking and ridicule, William scavenged for materials in a local junkyard and decided to build one windmill to generate electricity, whereby water could be pumped and something could be grown on the fields. Using a bicycle frame, tractor parts, a pulley, and plastic pipes, he successfully constructed a makeshift 16-foot wind turbine. And hooray! The windmill worked, powering 4 lights and 2 radios in his family's house. Neighbors soon came to his house to charge their mobile phones. He later built a second, taller windmill to power a water pump for irrigation, helping his community battle drought and hunger. News of William's ingenuity spread, leading to articles, a TED talk in 2007, and international support to continue his education. He went on to graduate from Dartmouth College in the United States in 2014. William's incredible story is detailed in his memoir, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which has been published in many languages and adapted into a 2019 Netflix film of the same name. He co founded a non profit organization, Moving Windmills Project, and continues to work towards his community's development and education. I recently saw the movie. Have you watched it? Well, you must. And more important, you must make your kids watch. Every moment in it teaches us a lesson. While Winston Churchill had said in his typical matter of fact style, and I quote him, "We make a living by what we get, we make a life by what we give." Khalil Gibran, on the other hand, the famous Lebanese American writer, poet, and philosopher, his style was more philosophical. He said, "You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give." So while we make a living, let us make a life too and go beyond giving just our possessions by giving a bit of who we are. What do you say? Do comment. Thank you.